Okay, so today is January 20th, 2019. I'm speaking with Debbie and Warren about baby Carson, 14 months of age. So what I'd like to do is just reflect back to you what I understand is going on because Debbie shared some information with me. And first I'm going to tell you kind of like, we're going to talk about the sleep behaviors, then we're going to talk about how it's affecting the family unit, and then how, what you guys want it to look like. And then I'll help fill the gap between where you are now and where you want, where you are now and where you want to go and how to like get you guys back on track to where you want to go. And again, we only have 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to kind of be like fast talker. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, great. So my understanding is right now at bedtime that Carson, has several sleep crutches, which means he likes to be bottle fed and patted down. So I'm assuming, Mom, that he falls asleep while you're bottle feeding him and patting him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once he's asleep, then unfortunately he's waking up every 2 hours, which leads to 3 to 4 arousals at night. Are you needing to bottle feed him back at each of those arousals, or what happens at all those arousals?
Yes. Like we try to let him cry it out and he just doesn't stop, and then I think I get frustrated and I've been getting a lot of headaches, so then that causes us to just give in to him.
Yeah, got it. Okay. And obviously he's also kind of like a restless sleeper too. Are naps really hard as well, Mom? Do you have to do a lot of, padding, bottle feeding, etc.? Because I know that
Yeah.
naps are short.
Yes. And he does in daycare during the week, but like on the weekends, like it's really hard for him to take a nap
Okay. So at daycare, do they do bottle feeding and padding down, or does he do it 100% by himself?
by himself. Like she will give him a bottle, but then she will put him in the pack and play,
Uh-huh.
or and he's not really a fan of the pack and play, and then like he's getting too big to be in the swing, but right now he's still like kind of like hanging out of the swing a little bit,
Yep.
and just to get him to take that 20-minute to 40-minute nap, that's the only way she usually can get him to calm down.
Okay, so she does. So he's either in the rock, he's either in some kind of swing, or she does have to bottle feed him down.
Yeah,
Does he have a history of reflux?
they said no, but I think that there's something else going on with him.
Yeah, because this is like he's.
Like check where they just asked me, did he ever throw up and all? And I said, no, he never did. Even when he was a baby, never really spit up. And they were like, oh, well, that's the first sign of it. And I was like, okay. And I said, no, he never had it. So no one ever physically like did it. I don't know what kind of exam they do for it, but they never did that.
Okay. Has this been like ongoing ever since he was born? Like it's always been hard?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, again, I know I'm totally expediting this, so I feel kind of bad, but I want to like give you like my whole thing is in these calls, I want to give you a lot of information so you feel like, okay, I have something, I understand, I know what I can do next. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to send you a checklist of what's called silent reflux symptoms. All right. In no way am I diagnosing your child. This is really meant to empower you to kind of like evaluate and witness and investigate if there's something funky going on with him and his digestion. So what I would recommend is just keep a sleep log for a couple of days where you're tracking his eating and his sleeping. And whenever you see those behaviors, those silence reflux symptoms, I would note what that symptom was and what time you saw it so that you can go back after a 24-hour period and go, wow, I'm noticing that 45 minutes after he feeds, he wakes up with a burst of crying, or he has hiccups, or he's, I can tell he's uncomfortable, or he has sour breath, or, whatever is on this little silent symptom list. Because if that's been undiagnosed all this time, because, if this has been ongoing like that, that's, I can imagine how exhausted you guys are with managing that alone on top of, being a parent to all, other three kids that, on school schedules and all of that. I mean, that's just, I can only imagine you guys are exhausted. So that would be like my first thing I'd want you guys just to evaluate. If it turns out that you don't see any of those symptoms, then I say, awesome, that actually puts us in a position of power because it's really what's happening is that he's having tons and tons of sleep crutches, and the sleep crutch is defined as anything that has to be done to or for a child they will typically need like a whole bunch of things done for them at the onset of sleep at bedtime. So for Carson, it's like he likes to be bottle fed and patted, and then he falls dead asleep. And then every single time he has an arousal, he wakes up enough to go, wow, where's my bottle and my padding? And then at the same time, the hunger clock gets turned on. So now his body is like expecting calories, every 2 to 3 hours. And so the combination between partial arousal, crutches, and hunger clocks, that just means he's just like awake all the time. And the only thing that will satisfy him is the pattern of someone feed me a bottle and someone pat me back to sleep. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with sleep crutches, you guys. Like, they're wonderful during the newborn phase, 0 to 6 months, and they might have even served you really well in, between 6 and 12 months. But at a certain point, what happens with these sleep crutches is they will start to sleep crutch escalate. And what that means is they kind of lose a little bit of their magic. It's like some nights it's really easy and some nights it's just brutal and there's all this unpredictability. And, maybe bedtime's still easy, but the middle of the night gets more chaotic and you'll have to like do more and more and more to help the child go to sleep or go back to sleep, or it will just take longer and more effort. Does that kind of sound right?
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah. So it's a bummer because, really what Carson, like if we could have, Carson was verbal, he would probably say like, I'm super tired, but the only way I know how to go to sleep is for you guys to do X, Y, Z. And I don't know how to do it myself. So I need you to show up with more stuff. And then you guys are willingly and lovingly being responsive, which is great. But then when you go to offer that thing that used to work and it doesn't work, it puts both of you guys in a predicament. Because he's tired and wants to go to sleep and doesn't know how to do it on his own. And then you offer stuff and it doesn't work. And it's like, now you guys are in this conundrum. Yeah. So I understand the way this is like affecting your family. Mom had said to me like, oh my gosh, short naps, unpredictable. I don't have any alone time. I'm showing up to work late, or I'm showing up to work crying, tired. I've got headaches because of all the just a lot of action. No me time, no adult time with husband. I feel drained and I'm getting angry faster, which Mom, I would concur that you feel that you are legitimized to feel all those things. Based on what I'm seeing here, that makes perfect sense to me. Not that I want you to be experiencing that, but kind of like you've got 4 children you're managing and working. Like, come on, like this is hard.
Yeah.
Right? So Dad, is it affecting you too? Or is this how you're feeling?
Yeah, I feel tired at work, but I don't know any other way, so I just keep going. But
Yeah.
I get frustrated, like sometimes I'm just waking up.
Right. Yeah. Like just frustration. Yeah. Yeah. And so what Mom said to me is like, okay, Joanna, what I would love is like just more structure around bedtime, and obviously for him to sleep through the night, so that, it's easy to get all the kids off to school in the morning. It's easy for me to get to work on time. And then me and husband can have more time for date night, as well as I can have my exercise night again. And I just want to minimize tears all the way because, I don't want to wake the other kids up if I need to sleep coach this baby. Yeah. So I want you to know that everything in your kind of like wave the magic wand, I'd love my life to look like this. That's all possible, you guys. But what you'll probably have to do is some sleep coaching around this. Because, really at 14 months of age, he just has a ton of sleep crutches that have kind of taken on a life of its own. And really what sleep really is, like when a child totally has independent sleep skills, and you guys probably know this because you have 3 other children, is really sleep is a learned skill. It's the ability to self-regulate, followed by the ability to self-settle, followed by the ability to self-soothe. And they have to be able to do that under the right circumstances and the right environment in order to learn those skills, right? And the easiest time to learn them is at bedtime, at the onset of sleep. And then the other times that it's easier is between kind of the non-feeding times, where it's necessary, right? And of course, he doesn't, at 14 months, he doesn't need to eat every 2 hours, right? And I would imagine that he probably, is he motivated to eat during the day, or is he kind of like a picky or light eater during the day?
Don't really eat. He likes to eat all the time, like.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he does at times where you don't, like, you'll try and feed him food or a bottle and you don't want it, or he'll drink like some of it, but at night if you get made out,
Yeah.
Before you pay, falling asleep, he'll drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
During the day, if you do that, you might only drink 4 of that or 6, and then you throw it, you don't want no more.
Yeah.
At night, if you give him, no matter how much you give him, he'll take the whole thing down.
Okay. All right. So at least.
Just fall asleep without taking the whole thing.
Yeah. So really at 14 months, like really all those calories kind of belong in the daytime shift during, like morning wake up to last bedtime feed. And then when they steal calories from you like that in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night, sometimes it can make it harder during the day to know, like, is he hungry? Is he not? Is he going to eat? Is he not? Is he going to, all of those, because he's really stealing all those calories at just kind of the wrong time within a 24-hour cycle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's bothering his stomach, obviously, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Stomach aches or something.
Hold on 1 second. Can you guys hold on 1 sec? Hold on. Hey, Christina, can you hear me? Christina, let's see. Christina, if you could go out of the Zoom room and then come back at our designated time, because I'm just finishing up with another client. Thank you. Christina, could you hear me? Can you just log out? Can you just? No, I know. Okay, someone's trying to. All right, good. She's out. Okay. She was trying to, the next person's trying to log in. So I just was saying, hey, I'm not done. Anyway, we might have to kind of continue this conversation later, but I got a couple more minutes. So all of this can be solved. So the good news is, I know this is hard, but I want you guys to know there is a way. Hold on 1 second again. Hold on a sec. Christina?
Yeah.
Hi, it's Joanna. Hi, I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready for you. I'm just finishing up with another client.
Okay. I don't know. Should I leave and then come back?
Yeah, leave and come back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, can you give me until like, yeah, just leave and come back.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, yeah, party in the Zoom room, you guys. Sorry. So anyway, all of this can be solved. You'll probably just have to do some coaching around it and really kind of create the right circumstances and environment for him to finally learn how to regulate, settle, and soothe at bedtime. So then it becomes easier for him to do it in the middle of the night. And we also kind of have to turn off those hunger clocks. Debbie, how did you find out about me?
Through my therapist.
Okay.
She has you as, I guess, like a friend on Facebook or, a page on Facebook. And I've been dealing with her. I talk to her once a week, and she said that I obviously we need some kind of additional help because it's affecting all aspects of my life and my family's life.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm glad you have a good therapist. That's always awesome to have good therapists. Finding a therapist that really has your back is such a gift. So I'm glad that she's like doing research on your behalf to give you good resources. Just so you guys know, I'm a trained and certified gentle sleep coach, so I do not believe in cry it out. So we're not going to be in a situation where we would ever leave Carson unattended. It's a very supportive process that I have. I've also been doing this for 8 years, so I've absolutely seen your situation before, and I know how to solve it. Okay, so that's the good news. And I think you guys would benefit from some extra support because you guys are already pretty tired, I would imagine. And if you could move through this with a little bit more grace, a little bit more ease, and obviously lots of support, I think it would go faster, smoother, better, and then you would get the lasting results, which would make your household just work so much. You get back that flow you've been hankering, Mom. Okay. So I'd love to be able to tell you guys more about like my process. But I know that this nice mommy who's also tired is going to jump in. So I'm going to call you back later on today, and probably be, you guys are East Coast, so it's going to be in the evening. But it's going to come from a 626 area code, this number. So just go ahead and maybe answer it, and if you can talk then, great. If not, then we'll look at the calendar to find the next best time.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. And then in the meantime, what I recommend you guys do is get on my website, which is Blissful Baby Sleep Coaching, and just kind of you know, look at some testimonials and look at my process. And when this video is done, I'll send it to you on email. Okay, Mom?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Warren.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye. Bye.